New system for you, the escalator. We're going to see if we can catch some runs and some streaks on the craps table and try to turn those into a nice profit and escalate that bankroll. What is up, everybody? Chris here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, we have a great little strategy from our good buddy Greg over at 555. Him and I were chatting recently, and he was telling me about this little thing called the escalator. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the escalator. Very, very simple, very, very easy thing to play. You can play it either on the don't pass, you can play it on the pass line, but in honor of Greg, I'm going to play it from the don't. All right, but this is very similar to how I actually play blackjack. It's an up as you win type system. So basically the way it's going to work, and there's multiple variations on this. I'm going to show you through multiple videos what the variations look like, but basically you're going to start with like a quarter on the don't, right? Let's say it wins, you get paid a quarter, you're going to go up 1 unit. If you're playing at the quarter level, 1 unit's obviously a quarter. Let's say that one wins, right? You'd rack 25, go up to 75, so on and so forth, right? If you don't want as drastic of jumps up, right? You can easily start at a quarter, right? And let's say they pay you 25, you could stack this to 30, rack the 20. You can really do it how you want. Another variation is Greg likes to do sometimes is to start at 50, so start double your base, and then on the win, drop down and then bump up from there. A lot of options here, but real simple. I got $500. Is that enough? Yes, in theory. I would probably play it with a little bit more, but it's pretty easy. So let's see if this might be your new favorite way to play craps. I'm going to do it from the don't. Again, you can easily do it from the pass line. I'll put another video out showing you from the pass line. Quarter on the don't. Here we go. And we got a 617 to start us off. So that's going to knock us off the don't. All right, which is fine, right? We have bankroll. We're good. And we got a 639 center field. All right, so that'll be our point. Slide that over to the 9. And now we're just letting our don't rock against the 9. 426, doesn't matter. This is not going to be the most exciting way for people to play, but if you're trying to stay at the table for a long time, a good way to do it. 628. And again, I'm just playing it from the don't. I'll put another video out playing it from the pass line. Works the exact same way. You can adapt it as you need. There's a 437. All right, so that one's going to get through, right? It's going to pay us a quarter, and we're going to stack it and go up. All right. Coming out, and we got a 6, easy. All right, we'll mark up the 6. 325. And where this really gets exciting is when you get on these long runs, right? If you can get some, back to back to back wins. That's also why I use it playing blackjack, trying to run up a little streak. You can use it on like a baccarat, roulette, whatever game you like to play. On any type of like streak that you can get on an even bet. Cool little system to play. All right, hard 10 doesn't do anything. And another hard 10 back to back. And there's a 617. All right, so 6-1. It's going to pay us $50, right? We're going to bring a quarter back to the rack. We're actually short a quarter in the rack because we did have that come out loser there, but we'll keep it going. Now we got a $75 don't. And it would be real nice if we get some, stack up some wins here, right? That's what you're looking for. Little streak, if you can get it. 314. 3 and a 1. But yeah, super simple system. Let me know what you guys think. And again, I'll put a video out from the pass line. I'll put out a video with some variations on this as well. And we're going to get a hard four. So we're going to lose at the $75 level, right? And then when we lose, we're going to go right back down to the base, right? So that sucks. We lost. Go back at a quarter. And we got a 516. Again, if you wanted to, you could have pulled another quarterback and you would have been dead even in the rack. Now we're upside down a little bit. Hard four again. But basically a very mindless type system, right? You're not complicated here. You're not trying to you know, figure out what your next bet is. You really kind of know what your next bet is right off the bat, right? You either are going back to base or you're going up by one. There's an hard eight. But if you're trying some, system to stay at a table for a long time, this is the one. There's a 516. All right, so that's going to knock us off our don't. All right, that's fine. Put this back in the rack, or replace it from the rack, I should say. Midnight on the come out, that's going to be a push on the don't, so we'll just leave it as it is. 538. If you suffer from FOMO, this is not going to be something for you, likely. But if you're good with sitting there for a while and having a couple drinks, having a grand old time, here you go. This may be the one. Yo. Another hard 10. The hard 10s are flying. This shooter's loving the 10. 325. Again, not exciting, but it's stout and reliable. 538. As I say that, we're gonna get beat up a little bit here, but it's all right. Again, you could envision, right? If you're on the other side of this, you're stacking up your pass line wins right now. You're going up. We had a little run from, the don't. Now we're gonna get a pass line run, but ultimately, it's not gonna, kill us too much. Obviously, yes, we're having a good roll right now. So if you were light side, would you be making money? Sure, but the first few rolls were kind of short. So, yo, and there's the 527. All right, so that is going to get us paid quarter, right? Stack that up. Here we go. And unfortunately, we're going to lose it on the come out. There's a yo. Would have been nice to get a quick win there instead, but happens. Back down to the quarter level, right? Starting back at base. And we got an 8, 5, and a 3. Mark up the 8, and here we go. Again, very, very simple. Not a whole lot going into this. Just one of those kiss type strategies, right? Here's a 437. All right, so we'll turn this off. We're going to get paid, right? Again, we'll stack it up. And we got a 314. Five, 3, 8. Ace deuce. There is a hard 8. The squarest of the pairs. Midnight. Yo. Randy is definitely horny at the minute, apparently. It's 4 in the last 3 rolls. Or 3 in the last 4 rolls, sorry. It would be impossible to have 4 and 3 rolls. Okay. Midnight again. Jeez. Hard 10 on a wild little fielder on here. 549. And a stick on that field run, apparently. Another one, 549. 538. And there's the Cinco Dos Adios. All right, so the 5-2. All right, so it's going to pay us 50, right? Again, if you want to look at your rack and pull some back, you can. We'll go up and we'll put this one in. Okay, this is turning off. And here we go. 426. Oh, I rolled it. It was a 4-2. I promise. 426. That's our new point. So we got a $75 don't against the 6. And we got an 8. And there's a hard 6 going to knock us off the $75 level. Unfortunate, of course, but hey, happens. 314. And I don't want to call it choppy table, but there's no real runs on either side, right? So like it's unfortunate because if there were we could get some, quick outs from the don't, obviously, we'd be doing all right. But hey, welcome to gambling, welcome to craps. 639. And there's a 617. All right, so that's going to get us paid, right? Stack it up. And here we go. And we're on the 4 again. 3-1. 426. 415. 549. 549. There's a 617. All right. So the 6-1 is going to pay us $50, right? We would go up to 75. If you look at your rack right now, you're down a quarter. So it's up to you. Be down 100. We're going to keep roll it out. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what this one does, and then we'll leave it at that. But you guys grasp the point here. There you go. There's a 617. So there's a come out 7. Doesn't really matter. Because that's going to knock us off. We're going to end up down $100. Again, you could have stopped whenever you wanted to. I started with 5. Should be 4 here. And there's exactly 4. But you guys get the premise behind this. Relatively choppy table, so on a chop, it's not the best thing to use. But if you're getting streaks on either side, maybe something good to implement. I'm going to roll this out a couple different ways. So let me know what you guys think of the escalator. And pretty cool little system, again, from Greg over at 555. Make sure you tell Greg you say hello in the comments. He will love to hear from you. I love you all. Don't forget, you all have a little DGen in you, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.